Um, Here's a story that many would pay for. But for you, I'll tell it for free. It was a normal day at my work. My tent was always filled. I had made more or less a pound that day, for I had my daily visit from the king's shopper. That man always brought two royal guards to my business. Funny man that was. Somewhat strange, but funny. Um, and I thought to myself that it has been some days since I saw my old friend Richard. I was starting to think of the worst when, from the dusty road, image starts to emerge as far as my eyes could see. On a horse, a heavy black horse, there was a man. Now familiar. Then I shouted, Richard Stoughton, is that you? And and then I saw his face. It was pale. I felt like there was no life in him. I sheltered him in my tent and advised my clientele that it was closed. I asked him what was wrong, and he started saying things that made no sense. And I calmed him down and asked him what troubled his mind. And then he started telling me that the Archbishop of Canterbury was dead. Um, and and then he told me that for me to understand what he was saying, he had to go to the beginning where he met Thomas Becket, the now Archbishop of Canterbury. Mm, Archbishop of Canterbury. He he met him at the last year in the monastery. That year they became friends, and that same year they came back to England to celebrate the newly Archdeacon of Canterbury. I lived with Becket my whole life. Um, I followed him through hard times, and I always and we always made it up. But then Thomas Becket made his worst move in his life. He denied the King Henry, his friend, uh, the power to judge over cleric men, and the king did not like that, for the king was lust for power over the church at that time. But Becket resisted, and the king did not like it, so they both started a campaign against each other. The king's persuasive skills were deceiving him, for Becket was much more well educated than him and had advantage over the king. The king was furious at this, so he announced to the public that Becket had stolen £100 from him while he was a chancellor. Becket, seeing that the king would not stop this uh, power-thirsty uh, quarrel, they, he fled to France over to take shelter under King Louis VII, um, uh, the enemy of King Henry. Then, once King Henry thought through this, he asked Becket to come to his court for a meeting. Becket accepted and came to England, but once he arrived, he excommunicated every bishop that stayed in England and supported King Henry. Once King Henry knew of this, he he um, he got up of his throne, threw his advisor on the floor, putting his hands up, as asking for a divine intervention. Will no one rid me of this meddlesome priest for so long have wished? After hearing this, 4 knights go on their way to get rid of Thomas Becket in the cathedral. They arrive, ask Becket to retrieve his excommunications, but Becket denies it. They kill him brutally. One by one stabs him, and the last one crushes his skull. This is a true story of Thomas Becket's death. I saw it. I saw it from the top stairs of the cathedral, and and this is what I heard. This is what I heard and saw. And now I'm telling you this story for it's to be remembered from generation to generation.
It stopped recording?
I don't know, maybe.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
office.